Bailey Davis used to be a part of the New Orleans Saints cheerleading squad, but she was fired after the team saw what she posted on Instagram. Now, Davis has filed a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, claiming the organization holds cheerleaders and players to separate standards. Bailey Davis, 22, told the New York Times on Sunday that she was fired days after posting a seductive picture on her Instagram page. She said team officials accused her of violating rules that bar cheerleaders from appearing nude, semi-nude, or in lingerie and attending parties with Saints players. The picture in question shows Davis in a one-piece swimsuit which could easily be mistaken for lingerie. 4 days after the photo was posted, Davis said she received a text message from Ashley Deaton, the director of the team's cheerleading squad. "Very poor judgment to post a picture like that, especially considering our recent conversations about the rumors going around about you," Deaton wrote, referencing a rumor that Davis attended a party with a player. "This does not help your case. I'd expect you to know better. The Saints have an anti-fraternization policy that requires cheerleaders to avoid contact with players, in person or online, even though players are not penalized for pursuing such engagement with cheerleaders. The cheerleaders must block players from following them on social media, but players are not told to block cheerleaders from following them. There are nearly 2,000 players in the NFL, and many of them use pseudonyms on social media, but cheerleaders must find a way to block each one, while players have no limits on who can follow them." Additionally, cheerleaders are told not to dine in the same restaurant as players or speak to them in any detail. If a Saints cheerleader enters a restaurant and a player is already there, she must leave. If a cheerleader is in a restaurant and a player arrives afterward, she must leave. According to Fox News, Davis said her social media accounts were set to private in accordance with team rules, and she denied the allegations of attending a party with a player multiple times, but she was still fired. In response, she has filed a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, saying the franchise's rules reflected outdated views of women in the workplace. Davis's complaint argues that the Saints' strict rules surrounding fraternization violate the NFL's personal conduct policy. Sarah Blackwell, Davis's lawyer, said, "If the cheerleaders can't contact the players, then the players shouldn't be able to contact the cheerleaders." The antiquated stereotype of women needing to hide for their own protection is not permitted in America, and certainly not in the workplace. However, the Saints have denied that any discrimination took place. The Saints organization strives to treat all employees fairly, including Ms. Davis, said Leslie A. Lannis, the team's lawyer. At the appropriate time, and in the appropriate forum, the Saints will defend the organization's policies and workplace rules. For now, it is sufficient to say that Ms. Davis was not subjected to discrimination because of her gender. Bailey Davis's case has elicited no shortage of differing opinions. There are many who believe the NFL's rules are outdated and that cheerleaders should be treated the same as players and held to the same standards. However, others have pointed out that Davis knew exactly what she signed up for and should have been more careful about the pictures she was posting on social media. At the end of the day, it would seem easy enough to not get fired for posting racy photos simply by resisting the urge to post pictures which appear to involve lingerie. Davis may have been wearing a swimsuit in her snapshot, but it was black and lacy, and honestly, looked far more like bedroom attire than something which should be worn to the beach or pool. The Saints have the authority to decide it, whether her pictures and conduct are up to par, plain and simple.